Cold Steel AD-15, Andrew Demko, Lynn Thompson design of the production version of Andrew Demko's famous AD-15 knife. Some of the basic specs of this knife: we've got an overall open length 8.5 inches, which is 21.6 centimeters. Closed position, we've got 5.25 inches, which is 13.4 centimeters. The overall blade length would be 3.625 inches, 9.2 centimeters, and the cutting edge to here comes to 3.5 inches, 8.9 centimeters, makes this knife legal across a lot of jurisdictions. We've got a premium S35VN, American S35VN Blade Steel. This knife was assembled in Taiwan. The blade thickness 0.15 inches, 3.81 millimeters thick. It's a satin plain drop point S35 premium blade steel, and overall weight on this, we've got 6.57 ounces, 186 grams. For some people might be slightly heavy. For me, perfectly fine knife. What makes this knife special is the Andrew Demko Scorpion Lock. So basically, if you open this knife, the knife jumps in the stopping position, and it makes it impossible for this knife to malfunction. Also, from the top, when you're cutting and you add more pressure on it, it's virtually indestructible. It's a hard use knife and designed especially for hard use. Kind of simple construction, makes it easy to clean, maintain. You would not need to take this knife apart, I think. Also, there is a small spring here that helps the Scorpion Lock action, and you might also need some time to get used to how to close and open this knife. At first I used to do it like this, and then after a while you kind of get really comfortable with it, and it is a fine knife. In every position you hold it, it's a wonderful knife. Great price, great ergo for the production version, because Demko Custom would cost you $700. This guy retails on Cold Steel website for its MSRP price of $270. However, you could find right now on Blade HQ online, I think Knife Center or DLC, bunch of online knife and gear stores have this knife between $180 and $200, which is amazing price for this knife. It's gorgeous. It's a hard use. It was designed for hard use. That's the kind of angry, badass, aggressive knives Andrew Demko and Lynn Thompson create. For some people, it's a little bit too murderous or too aggressive looking. I think they're practical as well. Even my Cold Steel Espada XL with 7.5-inch blade, which is ridiculous big for any pocket knife, they somehow make it practical, and you like carrying them. So it's a great, gorgeous knife. Runs on phosphorus bronze washers. However, on the show side, we have one thin Teflon between the liner and the blade. There is a phosphorus bronze washer, and between the bronze washer and liner there is one Teflon. I don't know why knife makers do it. Maybe it's for a better centering. I think it's an easy way to cheat for perfect centering and to fill in those small gaps where you need more machining and more work. So it's a kind of it could be a cheap way for someone to do a pretty okay job. Insert one more Teflon. I think Greg Medford uses sometimes 3 washers on one side, 4 washers on another. My Praetorian had 3 and 3 6 washers. And on Demko custom though, it runs both sides run on Teflons. I personally prefer phosphorus bronze. Why? I think it's better, lasts more quality. However, there is one more explanation. When you have one more Teflon, which is dry lube, it does not need any oils and lubricants to run. And next to the phosphorus bronze washer, it's supposed to make the action a little bit more smoother, much more better. I don't know. I personally, I am thinking to take it apart again and replace the phosphorus bronze with a thicker the Teflon with a thicker phosphorus bronze washer, just because I don't like Teflons. Any cons on this knife? Weaknesses? Just I think the only weakness I found when you're working with this knife and you press and keep press, the jimping on the spine of knife leaves this temporary mark. So the corners and edges here on the jimping are quite sharp, which you won't find on Andrew Demko's custom model. They're more rounded. So I think it needs a little bit more sandpaper and dremeling to make this a little bit more rounder. Otherwise, it's a gorgeous knife, and at a $200 price, even at $270, considering the materials, the quality, how big and thick the blade is, I think it's a great buy and wonderful knife. Overall, for this knife at this price point, the build, the quality, I think I would give this knife 9.5 out of 10 points. It's a great, gorgeous knife. Job well done, Team Andrew Demko and Lynn Thompson. Another great knife by Cold Steel.